Good morning, students. Today we shall discuss regarding static compensation. In that, first topic is according to the VT syllabus we are going. So, first topic is practical applications of static compensator in electric power system. What are the practical applications of static compensation? One thing, we need to maintain a voltage constant and power factor, and we should get to a unbalanced system into a balanced condition. And next, we can say that voltage constant, improve power factor, balance condition, and also we can control the improve the power system stability. Okay, we can improve the system stability also. In main, how we can doing what we can maintain the voltage constant, maintain voltage constant at near a constant level. Due to load changes or due to a unexpected events or due to a voltage flicker, it may we need a static compensator to in order to maintain a voltage near to a constant level. Okay, under slowly varying conditions due to load changes or to correct the voltage changes caused by unexpected events, it may be a load rejection, generator and line outages, and to reduce a voltage flicker caused by a rapidly fluctuating loads. If you take a industry side example, we can say that arc finance. Next application is improve power system stability by supporting the voltage at key points. For example, midpoint of a long line. Okay, if we compensation by sectioning. Okay, compensation by sectioning. That is, if we consider for regular intervals, if we connect a compensation, if we maintain a voltage level by so that we can maintain a power system stability condition, we can improve the system stability. Next to improve the power factor, and next is a correct phase unbalance. Now we shall discuss the main types of compensator. The static compensator, here we are reading the static compensator. Okay, it is common to find that fixed shunt capacitors in parallel with the controlled susceptance. What they are saying is, it is common to find that fixed shunt capacitors in parallel with the controlled susceptance. The fixed shunt capacitors are often here. Fixed shunt capacitor along with that tuned reactors are used to observe the harmonics. Is to observe the harmonics. The tuned reactors may be a to harmonic frequencies, which may be a integer or non-integer order. The main intention of tuned reactors, or the reason for tuning, is to observe the harmonics generated by a controlled susceptance, or in order to avoid a resonance. The capacitor bias the reactive output of the compensator into the leading, that is, and the future is we use a step down transformer. Due to that, it can affect the performance of the compensator with respect to harmonics, losses, and also the over voltage performance. The fixed shunt capacitors are sometimes connected to a high voltage, but if we connect to a high voltage, we require a step down transformer, we require a transformer. But most preferable is most we use for the medium voltage only, along with the controlled element. Okay, if we use for a medium or high voltage, we use a controlling part, that is controlling element. Sometimes the compensator is connected on the tertiary winding of an existing transformer in the power system. If we connect a TCR compensator, connect the shunt capacitors on the high voltage side, may require a large step down transformer, and this will affect the losses also. One thing one component we use that is slope correction capacitor in order to alter the BH characteristics and the value of the reactance also. We have connected that in series with the saturable reactor to alter the BH characteristics and the value of the reactance. One thing you need to remember in this main types of compensation here, a shunt capacitor along with the saturable reactor and susceptance, and here the shunt capacitor is connected for medium voltage, or we can connect for high voltage along with the controlling element. And if we connect for high voltage, we need a step down transformer, larger step down transformer that can affect the losses also. And sometimes TCR is connected for the shunt capacitor is connected for the tertiary winding of an existing transformer. And here the main feature of this here, the tuning is to observe the harmonics generated by the controlled susceptance in order to avoid the resonance. These points you need to remember, right? And slope correction capacitor, it is connected in series with the saturable reactor to alter what? To alter the BH characteristics and the value of the reactance, right? BH value, BH characteristics and the value of the reactance. Damped filter is used to control the higher order harmonics, and substation layout and appearance of the different compensator can vary quite widely. For example, if we use a saturated reactor is transformer type construction, whereas the thyristor controller is just we use a capacitors, reactors, right? This is the signal one-line diagram of TCR compensator with fixed capacitors, or we can say fixed shunt capacitors. This is the TCR part, and this is the fixed shunt capacitors. This is the controlling element. Okay, this is the voltage regulator and controlling system. High voltage compensator bus, medium voltage compensator bus, switching devices. Switching devices, it may be a thyristor, it may be a circuit breaker. This is the one-line diagram of thyristor switched capacitor compensator. Okay, thyristor switched capacitor. You can observe this is the capacitor is controlled by thyristor. Here also the capacitor is controlled by the thyristor, and they are using the switching device also. Here the single line diagram or one line diagram of a saturated reactor. Saturated reactor compensator with the shunt and slope correcting capacitor. The main topic we should discuss, that is principle of operation of thyristor controlled reactor. In heading only it is there, that is thyristor controlled reactor. That means the controlling element is what? Thyristor. Okay. Here we are using a two thyristor which will conduct for alternative cycle. Okay, alternative off cycles of the supply frequency. And here we are gated. Okay, we give some input to that. It should conduct for this degree, it should conduct for this cycle, and it should conduct for this interval, like that. Okay, if the thyristor are gated into conduction, that is precisely at the peak of the supply voltage, we get a full conduction results in the reactor, and the current also you will get the full waveform. The current is the same as though the thyristor controller were short circuited. Here thyristor controller were short circuited. The thyristor, when we give a input or gated into a conduction, then we get a full conduction, which will be full conduction results in the reactor side, and the current also you will get a full conduction. The current is essentially reactive, lagging voltage by nearly 90 degree. It contains a small in-phase component due to the power losses in the reactor, which may be an order of 0.5 to 2% of the reactive power. Okay, the current is essentially reactive, and here the lagging voltage by nearly 90 degree, and it contains a small that is a in-phase component due to the power losses in the reactor, which may be an order of 0.5 to 2% of the reactive power. If the gating, what we are giving the input, if the gating is delayed by an equal amount on both the thyristors, then what happens? A series of current waveform is obtained. That is what, if we delay the gating is delayed by equal amount on both the thyristors, then a series of current waveform is obtained, such as those. That is, in figure 2a we can see that one second. This is the phase current and the line current. You can observe here. This is A indicates the gating angle. This is the voltage and this is the current waveform. Okay. This is for alpha is equal to 90 degree and sigma is equal to 180 degree. And here alpha is equal to 100 degree. When we give a gating angle 90 degree and we get a full waveform that is 180 degree, the conduction angle is 180 degree. If we increase the gating angle, that is 100, we will not get a full waveform, we get a 160. You can observe here. Okay, and here also we can observe alpha is gating angle is increased. As we increase the gating angle, the conduction will be reduced. Okay, and even if you delay also, if we get a somewhat series current waveform, that is, this is the line current waveform. Okay, phase and line current waveforms in delta TCR. If the gating is delayed by an equal amount on both the thyristor, a series of current waveform is obtained. Each of these corresponds to a particular value of the gating angle alpha, which is measured from an zero crossing of the voltage. Full conduction is obtained with a gating angle of 90 degree. I have already told that sigma indicates the conduction and alpha indicates the gating angle. When alpha is equal to 90 degree, we got sigma is equal to 180 degree. That means we got a full waveform before full conduction is obtained when the gating angle is 90 degree. The partial conduction is obtained with the gating angles of between 90 to 180 degree. The effect of increasing the gating angle is to reduce the fundamental harmonic component of the current. If we go on increasing the gating angle, the conduction also will reduce and reduce the fundamental harmonic component of the current. This is equivalent to increase in the inductance of the reactor and reducing its reactive power as well as its current also. So for the fundamental component of current is concerned, the thyristor controlled reactor is a controllable susceptance and can therefore be applied as a static compensator. The instantaneous current I is given by, that is I equals to the square root of 2V divided by XL into cos alpha minus cos omega t. That is alpha less than omega t less than alpha plus sigma. 0 for alpha plus sigma less than omega t less than alpha plus pi. where V is a RMS voltage, XL is equal to omega into L, that is the fundamental frequency reactance of the reactor, and omega is equal to what we can write 2 pi f, and alpha is the gating angle, gating delay angle, and the time origin is chosen to coincide with a positive going zero crossing of the voltage, and the fundamental component is found by Fourier analysis, and we can write that I1 is equal to sigma minus sine sigma into V divided by pi into XL. Ampere RMS, that is sigma is the conduction angle related to the that is related to the alpha. By the equation we can say that at sigma divided by 2 is equal to pi. We can write equation 2 as, that is I1 is equal to BL of sigma into V. So whereas BL of sigma is an adjustable fundamental frequency susceptance controlled by the conduction angle according to the law, that is control law, BL of sigma is equal to sigma minus sine sigma divided by pi into XL. The control law is this is the waveform. We can see that the control law of elementary TCR, XL into BL of sigma is equal to sigma minus sine sigma divided by P, that can be written as I1 into XL divided by V. If we go on increasing that angle, we get a small value, right? The maximum value of BL is 1 by XL, that is obtained with a sigma is equal to pi r 180 degree. That is full conduction is the thyristor controller. The minimum value is 0 obtained with the sigma is equal to 0. If we substitute a sigma is equal to 0, alpha is equal to 180 degree. This control principle called as phase control. When sigma is equal to pi or 180 degree for full conduction in the thyristor control, but when sigma is equal to 0 and the alpha is equal to 180 degree, so you will get the minimum value will be 0 will be obtained. So this control principle called as phase control. This is the circuit for the TCR. That is, I have already told that two thyristors oppositely connected. They are connected for each off cycle. Okay, oppositely two thyristors are connected, which will conduct for the alternative cycles. This is the controlled susceptance and thyristor controllers reactor. This is the input voltage V. Elementary thyristor controlled reactor. In next class, we shall discuss with the thyristor controlled transformer. I'll provide notes and also model wise questions. So subscribe channel for the more updates regarding subject, that is reactive power control in electric power system, so that you can read easily for the exams, so that you can score also.